Does this sound familiar? You are sitting at the kitchen table, looking at a meal that looks exactly like what you ate 10 years ago. You are exercising just as much as you did in your 30s. Maybe you're even walking more. But when you step on the scale, the number simply refuses to budge. Or worse, the number is slowly, steadily creeping up, month after month, year after year. You feel heavy. You feel sluggish, and when you go to the doctor, they might look at your chart, shrug, and say, well, you're over 50 now. This is just a normal part of aging. Or they give you the same advice you've heard 1,000 times. Just eat a little less and move a little more. If you have heard that, and if you are currently feeling incredibly frustrated, or maybe even a little hopeless, I want you to listen to me very closely right now. You are not crazy, you are not lazy, and you are definitely not alone. The reason you are struggling isn't because you lack willpower. It isn't because you're cheating on your diet. It is because trying to lose weight after 50 using the same methods you used in your 30s is like trying to run brand new high-tech software on an old computer. It just crashes. The game has changed. Your body's operating system has completely rewritten its rules, and until you learn the new manual, you are going to stay stuck. In this audio, we are going to stop guessing. We are going to look at the real science of why your body holds on to fat after 50. We're going to talk about the things your doctor might not have time to explain, like hormonal resistance, metabolic adaptation, and the silent muscle loss that destroys your calorie-burning ability. And most importantly, I'm going to give you a practical 3-step roadmap to fix it. This isn't about starving yourself. It's about working with your changing physiology, not against it. To fix the problem, we first have to understand what broke. Why does turning 50 seem to flip a switch in our bodies? Why does a slice of pizza stick to our waistline now in a way it never did before? It usually comes down to 3 major pillars: the Great Hormonal Shift, the Vanishing Engine, and the stress and sleep trap. Let's start with pillar number 1, the Great Hormonal Shift. Hormones are the chemical messengers that tell your body what to do with the food you eat. They tell your body whether to burn that food for energy or store it as fat for later. For women, hitting 50 usually implies menopause or perimenopause. This causes a dramatic crash in estrogen. Now, estrogen does a lot of things, but one of its jobs is to determine where fat is stored. When you were younger, estrogen helped deposit fat in the hips and thighs. But as estrogen drops, your body shifts its preference. It starts storing fat right in the middle, the visceral belly fat. This isn't just cosmetic. This type of fat is biologically active. It increases inflammation, and it is notoriously stubborn. And gentlemen, you aren't off the hook. After 50, testosterone levels are significantly lower than they were in your 20s. Testosterone is the primary driver for building muscle and keeping body fat low. When it drops, you lose that natural fat-burning shield you had in your youth. But there is another hormone that affects both men and women after 50, perhaps more than any other. It is the master switch for weight gain. It's called insulin. Think of insulin like a doorman at a nightclub. When you eat carbohydrates, bread, pasta, fruit, sugar, glucose enters your blood. Insulin's job is to open the doors to your cells and let that energy inside to be used. After 50 years of work and perhaps 50 years of a standard modern diet, that doorman gets tired. He gets grumpy. He stops opening the doors efficiently. This is what we call insulin resistance. Here's what happens in your body. You eat a healthy bowl of oatmeal. Your blood sugar rises. Your body releases insulin to open the doors, but the cells say, no, we're full. We aren't opening. So now you have all this energy floating in your blood with nowhere to go. Your body has no choice but to take that energy and store it immediately as body fat. This creates a terrible cycle. You feel tired and lethargic because your cells aren't getting fuel, but you're gaining weight because you're storing everything you eat. You are literally starving on a cellular level while gaining weight on a physical level. This leads us directly to pillar number 2, the vanishing engine. This is the reason your metabolism seems so slow. There's a medical term for this called sarcopenia. In simple English, it means age-related muscle loss. Starting around age 30, if you aren't actively, intentionally doing something to stop it, you lose about 3 to 5% of your muscle mass every single decade. By the time you are 50 or 60, that adds up to a massive amount of lost tissue. Now, why does this matter for weight loss? Why should you care about muscle if you just want to look thinner? Think of your muscle as the engine in your car. A big V8 truck engine burns a lot of gas just sitting at a stoplight, idling. A tiny little scooter engine burns almost nothing. Your muscle is your metabolic engine. It is expensive tissue. It requires calories just to exist. It burns energy 24 hours a day, even when you are sleeping, even when you're watching TV. As you lose muscle mass due to aging, your engine gets smaller. You convert from a V8 to a scooter. This means you burn fewer calories every single day just to stay alive. This is exactly why you can eat the same amount of food you ate at 40, but now at 50, it causes weight gain. Your daily calorie budget has shrunk because your engine has shrunk. If you don't address the muscle loss, no amount of dieting will save you. You will just have to eat less and less and less until you are miserable. And finally, pillar number 3, the stress and sleep trap. We often ignore this because we think weight loss is only about calories, but life after 50 is often high pressure. You might be dealing with aging parents, high-level career demands, empty nest syndrome, or looking at retirement finances. Chronic stress keeps a hormone called cortisol elevated. High cortisol does 2 terrible things for your weight. First, it makes you crave high-sugar, fatty comfort foods. It physically drives you towards the pantry. And second, and this is crucial, cortisol specifically directs your body to store fat around the midsection. That stress belly is a real biological phenomenon. Furthermore, as we age, our sleep quality often deteriorates. Maybe you wake up to use the bathroom, maybe you have hot flashes, or maybe you just can't stay asleep. If you are not sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night, your body cannot regulate hunger hormones. Your ghrelin, the hunger hormone, spikes. Your leptin, the fullness hormone, drops. You wake up hungrier, your willpower is lower, and your body becomes more insulin resistant just because you're tired. So to recap the problem, your fat storage hormones are up, your muscle-burning engine is down, and stress is pouring fuel on the fire. No wonder Eat Less, Move More stopped working. It's an outdated map for a new territory. Okay, take a breath. That was the heavy part. Now for the good news. You can turn this around. I have seen clients in their 60s and 70s get into the best shape of their lives. I have seen them reverse these trends, but you have to stop using the old rules. Here is your 3-step framework for fixing weight loss after 50. Fix number 1, prioritize protein at every meal. This is the biggest mistake I see. Most people over 50 are severely undereating protein and overeating carbohydrates. Remember sarcopenia, the muscle loss? The only way to fight that is to give your body the building blocks it needs to maintain muscle. That building block is protein. But here is the catch. After 50, your body develops something called anabolic resistance. This means your body becomes less efficient at processing protein. You actually need more protein now than you did when you were 20 just to get the same result. If you just eat a piece of toast and coffee for breakfast, you are signaling your body to break down muscle for energy. Here is the action step. You need to aim for roughly 30 grams of high-quality protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This triggers a process called muscle protein synthesis. What does 30 grams look like? It looks like a chicken breast, a large piece of fish, a cup of Greek yogurt with protein powder, or 4 to 5 eggs. When you eat this way, two things happen. First, you stop the muscle loss. Second, protein is the most satiating nutrient. It keeps you full for hours, stabilizing that grumpy insulin hormone we talked about earlier. Fix number 2. Stop jogging, start lifting. This is where I usually get some pushback. If your main form of exercise is walking, jogging, or doing light cardio classes, that is wonderful for your heart health. Please keep doing it for your heart and your mind. But you must understand, cardio does not build muscle. It does not rebuild your engine. In fact, excessive cardio without strength training can actually accelerate muscle loss. To rebuild that shrinking metabolic engine, you must do resistance training. You have to challenge your muscles against weight. Now, I hear this fear a lot, especially for women. I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to get bulky. Please listen to me. Due to your hormonal changes after 50, specifically that drop in testosterone, it is physically almost impossible for you to get bulky by accident. Bodybuilders spend decades trying to get bulky. You are not going to wake up looking like the Hulk because you picked up a dumbbell. What will happen is that you will become toned. You will feel firmer, and most importantly, you will increase your resting metabolic rate. You will burn more calories while you sleep. Here is the action step. You need to strength train 2 to 3 times a week. This doesn't mean you need to join a CrossFit gym and flip tires. It can be simple. Dumbbells at home, resistance bands, machines at the gym, squats, presses, rows. The goal isn't to burn calories during the workout. The goal is to build the tissue that burns calories all day long. Plus, for those over 50, strength training is the #1 way to increase bone density and prevent osteoporosis. It is the fountain of youth. Fix number 3. Sleep is your new metabolism booster. This is the hardest one for most people because we live in a culture that celebrates the hustle. But you cannot hustle your way to weight loss after 50. If your body thinks it is in a constant state of emergency because of high cortisol, it will hold on to every ounce of fat to protect you. It's a survival mechanism. If you are dieting hard and exercising hard but sleeping 5 hours a night, you will not lose weight. Your body will fight you. Here is the action step. You need to treat sleep hygiene with the same discipline you treat your diet. Cool, dark room, no screens 1 hour before bed to lower blue light exposure. And you need a daily stress release valve. That could be 10 minutes of meditation, a slow walk in nature without your phone, or gentle stretching. Lowering stress is no longer a luxury, it is a metabolic necessity if you want to lose the belly fat. You need to signal to your body that you are safe so it feels safe enough to let go of its energy stores. Losing weight after 50 is absolutely possible, but it requires a shift in mindset. You have to stop punishing your body with starvation diets and endless hours on the treadmill. Those things only make the hormonal imbalances worse. They spike cortisol and eat away your muscle. Instead, start nurturing your body. Nurture it with enough protein to build structure. Nurture it with strength training to rebuild your engine. And nurture it with the rest it desperately needs to balance your hormones.
If you do these things, if you stop fighting your age and start working with your physiology, you will find that your body wants to let go of the weight. You will find your energy returning. You will feel strong again. Now, I know we covered a lot today, and implementing these changes can feel overwhelming. It's a lot of new information to process. If you found this helpful, please consider sharing this with a friend who might be struggling with the same issues. Don't accept that weight gain is just how it is now. Don't settle for feeling tired and heavy. Your best, strongest years can absolutely still be ahead of you. Thanks for listening, and if you want the 7-minute chair workout to burn fat while sitting down, watch this video. I'll see you in the next one.